What happens in movies or TV that seems to be normal, and you think to yourself, that is not what people in real life do. My ex-girlfriend Kayla dumped me right after I missed her graduation because I was in the middle of a ranked match with my buddies. She said I always chose video games over her, which honestly wasn't totally wrong, but I figured we could work it out. That weekend I binge-watched every romantic comedy on Netflix. The Notebook, Love Actually, 10 Things I Hate About You. Every single one had the same plot. Guy screws up, girl leaves, guy does some big romantic gesture, and boom, they're back together. I thought that's just how real love worked. So I started planning my grand gesture. I called in sick to my job at the electronics store for 3 whole days. I found 12 random people on Craigslist who would hold signs for $20 each. I made them myself with poster board and red markers, saying stuff like, "I'm sorry, Kayla," and "Please take me back." My cousin Jake worked at Petland, so I convinced him to let me borrow 6 golden retriever puppies for the day. I figured girls love cute animals, right? That's what every movie taught me. I rented a huge Bluetooth speaker and downloaded Kayla's favorite song, that Ed Sheeran one she always hummed. I practiced my speech in the mirror about 50 times until it sounded perfect. Thursday morning, I loaded up my Honda Civic with the sign holders, the puppies, and the speaker. We drove to Riverside Community College right when classes were switching. Perfect timing, just like in the movies. I set everything up in the main courtyard. The 12 people spread out in a semicircle holding their signs. I put the puppies on leashes in front of them. Then I cranked the music up full volume and started my speech with a megaphone I borrowed from Jake's neighbor. "Kayla Morrison, I know you're in there taking your biology final, but I need to tell you something." Students started pulling out their phones immediately. Some were laughing, others looked annoyed. I kept going because this was my moment. I messed up big time. I chose my stupid PlayStation over the most important day of your life. I don't deserve you, but I'm here to prove I've changed. That's when Kayla burst out of the science building. She wasn't smiling like girls do in movies. Her face was bright red and she looked absolutely mortified. She speed walked over to me, hissing under her breath, "What the hell are you doing here, Brandon? I'm taking my final exam." I grinned because I thought she was just playing hard to get like they do in romantic comedies. I got down on one knee right there in front of everyone and pulled out this handmade coupon book I'd spent hours making. "This is good for 1 hour of listening without interrupting," I announced loudly. "This one's for doing dishes for a whole week, and this one's for admitting when you're right and I'm wrong." The crowd was recording everything. Some girl yelled, "This is so cringe!" But I ignored her. Movies taught me persistence was romantic. Kayla's biology professor came storming out, demanding to know who was disrupting his exam with loud music. I told him I was just trying to win back the love of my life. He did not think that was sweet. Then campus security showed up. 2 guys in uniforms asking me to leave immediately. I laughed and said, "Come on guys, you've seen movies. This is how love works." They weren't laughing. They told me I had exactly 5 minutes to pack up or they'd call real cops. Kayla pulled me aside while I was loading the puppies back into my car. "This isn't romantic, Brandon. This is embarrassing and selfish. I told you we were done. You showing up at my school while I'm trying to take a test isn't love, it's harassment." I drove home confused. In every movie I'd watched, the girl always came around. She was supposed to realize how much effort I put in and forgive me. 2 days later, a sheriff knocked on my apartment door. He handed me papers, a temporary restraining order. Apparently, showing up uninvited at someone's school, refusing to leave when asked, and disrupting classes counts as harassment in real life. I lost my job at the electronics store because I'd called in sick 3 days straight, and my manager saw the whole thing on TikTok. Someone had posted it with the caption, "Delusional guy thinks he's in a rom-com." The video got like 200,000 views. All the comments were roasting me. 3 weeks later, I had to go to court. I explained to the judge that I was just trying to win her back like guys do in movies. The judge looked at me over his glasses and said, "Son, this isn't a movie. In real life, when someone says no, you respect that. Grow up." The restraining order got extended for 6 months. I had to pay court fees and take a class about healthy relationships. Kayla never called me back. She's dating some guy from her biology class now.